Hello and good evening. I am Layman Kingsford, and tonight on this episode of Gaming Misadventures, I'm going solo. No drag personalities with me tonight. We had scheduling busyness. It's summertime and whatnot. So tonight, I have gone rogue, totally solo by myself. But that's cool because last week, if you tuned in, so we played Dune Imperium. I'm going to play it again, but show you guys the solo mode of this, which I think is really slick and one of the best sort of artificial player robot systems there are for converting a game to solo play. I think it's really slick because it's simple, clean, efficient, keeps it feeling like it's still the game as if there were other players there. A couple things, a couple exceptions. And then especially once you get used to the game, I feel like it just sort of clicks along. I've also shortened the game tonight, taken a couple of conflict cards out of it, just so you don't have quite so many rounds. I'm not sure it matters all that much, but it should make for a shorter game. That might make it harder for me to get my extra little meeple dude. I think it's all I've got. I've got no fun banter to do because, it just comes off like I'm talking to the voices in my head, and that's perhaps a little disturbing, you think? Let me check on my settings, make sure that's all good. Okay, I'm going to switch scenes there for you so you get to see the whole board. One thing I have done that you may see is I have upgraded many of the components of this game. I've got all these cool acrylic bits from Buy the Same Token, B-U-Y, the same token. I think it's a fun little pun. It's a British company. When I ordered these, I didn't realize it was a British company. They have an Etsy shop. So you can find them Buy the Same Token on Etsy. I put the link down below also. Got all sorts of upgrade things for different games. And what was I saying? Oh, so these upgrade bits are these really great acrylic pieces. I have gone and switched out the cubes from my own selection of game components from game design stuff. So I've got acrylic cubes. This is from my own supply. My acrylic meeples, so they're just standard little meeple folk, but they're little translucent meeples. And instead of using cubes, for those of you who know this game, to track the influence with each of the factions, I've just gone and gotten, again, out of my own supply, matching little bars. So that way, as it goes up, maybe the little bars will be there. I don't know if that's the fact. Maybe they take up too much horizontal space. I don't know. We'll see tonight. Maybe it sort of works. Maybe it makes it a little too crowded on there. I don't know. But I just wanted something that's visually different. Because one thing with this game is you've got the cubes are your warriors. Then you also have an identical cube over there, which during gameplay doesn't really matter. But it's set up. You go, wait, which things go over there? Maybe. So I just think it's nice to have a different shape item. I was also going to use those little acrylic sort of crystal things. Could work over there if I find that these are too long and narrow. Or take up too much horizontal space, I mean. But anyway, so I think it just is nice. I guess it sort of catches this sort of light, but like when we're at a game shop or something, it looks really good under lighting. It catches the eye. People stop and go, "Ooh, that game's pretty. What is that you're playing?" So all the spice tokens are acrylics. Now that I've made a mess, I had a spasm. The water tokens and the money tokens. I'm drawing a blank on what the money. I'm just gonna call them money again. And I looked it up. But anyway, so the solo mode still. This game is built as a 3 or 4 player game. So if you're soloing it, you're gonna have 2 artificial players. As you saw last week with me and Weird Al Spank-a-Bitch all night. We still have 1 artificial player, and this card system is super slick that manages the AI. So tonight you get to see it with one player versus last week when we had 2 players. Sorry. And sadly, house all night tonight, we have not a single drop of booze in the house. So I'm having, I'm hydrating with water. And it's like balls hot here in Denver. It's like 100 degrees. Our house air conditioning is barely keeping things under 80 degrees in the house. So no wig or costuming anything for me. Drag folk, I'm sure would be or happy not to be suffering. I mean, it's not super hot in the house, but when we're sitting here and we're thinking and we're sweating and you're wearing layers of stuff, it gets toasty. But without further ado, I am playing Duke Leto Atreides. So whenever I trigger my signet ring, I can pay 1 spice and gain an influence with a faction where an opponent has more influence than I do. I've played this a number of times now, and I'm kind of really liking Duke Leto Atreides, sort of is my favorite. Then my passive ability, or just normal ability, sending an agent to one of the green hexagon spaces cost me 1 less monies. I keep wanting to say drachmas. I don't know what I was watching that had drachmas. Who knows? They're not drachmas. They're spice money, Dune money, whatever they're called. So here we go. We're going to reveal our initial conflict, which gets us a victory point, or second place gets us an intrigue card and 2 monies. I've shuffled my deck. Starting hand of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And here we go. I've got my trash card immediately. I seek allies, so that's always. Oh, you know what? I'm not the first player. I think. I think I am the second player in this. So we'll leave that. We'll have Count Ilben Richezi go first. They are going to go to rally troops. Darn it, which I kind of wanted. Well, I couldn't have afforded it anyway. Oh, I'm supposed to have a water. Oh, and I think in a 3-player game, I'm keeping it on easy mode because I'm a pansy. So I didn't look up to see what the harder one was. I start with 1 of each, and the opponents start with nothing. I start with 3 armies out on in a garrison. They start with none. Oh no, I think it did say they could start with 1 water each. I do like that idea. That is what we do. 1 water, 1 water. Fun little acrylic bits. So rally troops. The Count gets 4 dudes that go out into the garrison. Doesn't get to deploy them because it's not a deploy spot. I think we were playing that wrong last week. No, because they go straight to the garrison. I'm overthinking. Now it's my turn. Trash that so I can influence 1 thing. Where's my other meeple? There it is. Who do I want to influence? Do I want water? Do I want space folding? Nope, I'm going to go with the Bene Gesserit. Let's move up 1 there. Oh, because I have to put a dude there. I have 1 spice right now, but that's okay. Go there. I get an intrigue card, which I put over here. My intrigue card, whoops, it's upside down, is bypass protocol. Acquire a card that costs 3 or less, or pay 2 spice and acquire a card that costs 5 or less. How about, is there anything that costs 3 or less there's no 3s out there right now. But there are a couple of 2s. Let's see if these are worth spending right now. Imperial Spy, trash this card, get an intrigue. Spice Hunter, it's a Fremen. Does nothing for me when I play it. It gets me access to the Fremen and triangles. Actually, you know what? I'm going to get the Spice Hunter. So I'm going to trash that. That goes to my discard. Sorry, I'm reaching across the camera this whole night, but that's okay. Hello, everybody. And that's my. Oh wait, so I go there. Got my intrigue card. Used it right away. That's that. Now over to Blue Lady, the Countess Ariana Thorvald. She goes to Fold Space. Ding. So she goes up 1 influence there. She goes blue. And that goes away. Now, back to the Count. Draw a card. I get Harvest Spice, which allows them, which normally I'd go to the triangle space that has the most spice. That's pre-spiced. Because it's the beginning of the game. The first round we don't have any pre-spice, so we discard that. They go to Carthag instead. Ding. They get 1 dude, because Carthag is a fighting space. It goes out to the fight, and then they automatically put 2 from their garrison out. So back to me. I better start thinking about that fight, because I kind of want that victory point. So, what do we have? My dagger is good in the fight. Kind of want to use my diplomacy. I think I might do that. Diplomacy, so that I can influence the still suits. So I go up 1 there. First level of influence there. I get a water. Whoops. Those are waters. So I now have 2 waters. It's good for the future. Because it's a combat space, I am going to put 2 dudes out there. That's all I can do. John, good evening. I am having a great night, even though I'm here all by myself. But that's the lovely thing about this game, is it works really well solo. Really love it solo. So welcome and thank you. So I'm not, you're entirely alone. Sorry, I'm getting choked up. Because you'll chat with me, which is very nice. And I'm drinking water because we have nothing boozy in the house. So where are we? Last meeple from the Countess. She goes to the Hall of Oratory. Oops, that's the council. Hall of Oratory. She gets a dude out, but it's not a fight space. So that's all that happens there. That's the end of that. We all do our reveal rounds, which for them is nothing. Which for me is 1 combat. Let's get to move my cool new little acrylic token down for the 1 combat. I've got 2 purchasing power. I could go for the normal dude, or maybe I'll go ahead and now get this Imperial Spy. Put it in my discard. Put that out. That is all I've got. So for their combat, Countess doesn't draw anything because she's not in the fight. Green Count Ilbin is in the fight. Oh man, they got 4. So I go up 2, 4, plus this one is 5. They go up 2, 4, 6, plus that. 6 plus 5 is 11. So they have cleaned my clock in this fight. They get the victory point. Green does. Yellow, I at least get an intrigue card. Maybe I should have sat on the other side. Oh well. Says, well, I appreciate that you keep the fun games going, so thank you very much. You are very welcome. Some big news. I guess maybe I should have led at the opening of this. I have become the event coordinator at the Game Lounge, the Denver Game Lounge. It's a bar, restaurant / tabletop event space, lounge, if you will. And we're going to be running, so I'm going to be running a queer game night there every Thursday. So this stream may go on hiatus briefly for a little while, but I'm also going to be running another event on Tuesday nights. It was a combination interactive drag show / LARP, live action role playing, for those of you who don't know what that means, / drag show / roll and write based off of my Living Empires content. So we're revitalizing that formula that I did before at another venue before COVID shut it all down. So stay tuned, and my hope is we're going to broadcast this live from there, so that especially on the roll and write part, you digital folk can participate with us as well. But stay tuned on that, probably starting in August. So I drew, now I get to the victor. When you win a conflict, gain 3 spice. Well, okay, that's something anyway. I guess I don't have to hide that. I can show that because I don't have an opponent to hide it from. So my dudes die, they go away. Those dudes, I don't know if it's die. Maybe it's they die because they're in the fight. Reset all that. Move first player to me. Draw my 5 cards. John, drag LARPing sounds amazing. I would love to watch along. Well, as I said, hopefully we'll have it set up. So there'll be drag numbers interspersed with improv, sort of LARPing. That's an ongoing storyline from week to week to week. I'm going to be infusing my Living Empires roll and write thing, so all the people there in attendance will play like a big old group roll and write game, so they can earn some cards that they can turn in during the game to add to the dice rolls of the drag performers who are doing the LARPing experience. So that way the audience is involved in the story and with the performers, and then they break and do little numbers that are reflective of their characters. It's a very, very, very cool formula, and it's super fun and very different than what other drag shows are like. So we're super excited, and Lulu is stupid amazing at it. It's embarrassingly good. All right, back to this. What do I got? The 2 sort of useless cards. They're just good for buying stuff. So I think I'm going to activate my signet rings. I can gain 1 influence. Oh, and that would help me bump up on the spacing guild. It does cost me a spice. Oh, we forgot to pre-spice the board. Nobody went to any of these spaces. Spice. More spice. Yesterday was the 25th anniversary of the Spice Girls' first #1 hit, Wannabe. I'm a Spice Girls fan, and I'm not ashamed of it. So, should I do Signet Ring, or need to get all our dudes back? I can manage all this by myself and talk. My dudes. So I'm not influencing anything over there, but my signet ring would allow me to. So what do I want? What do I think? I need to get some fighters. Where can I go to get some warriors? Oh, I need 4 money to get the 4 warriors from there. Well, for my dude, it only costs him 3 money. I only have 1 monies. So I can go here and draw a card and get a dude. I think I'm going to do that. So signet ring. I go to Arakin. Put a dude out. I could put them both in the fight, which I should have removed that. Switch this over. Oh, yeah, I think I do want that. I want to try to win this fight for sure. So signet ring. Put my dude out, move to dude out because it's a combat space, and I draw a card, which means I have to shuffle my discard. Give me a moment. John, he says, holy crap, I'm amazed at the idea. Maybe later on you could have us digital people too. That certainly is my hope, if I can figure out a way to allow, or to coordinate and have digital, the virtual players participate as well. I'm sure I'll come up with something that works for that. Yeah. Maybe add a poll on YouTube before you hand them, or let people vote. Exactly. I think it'll certainly be the poll, whether it's like live polling or certainly voting by texting. That also means I have to have probably somebody as an assistant helping track the other data. So there's a cost thing that gets built into that as well, because we don't have people work for free. That's rude. But definitely as we get rolling, that is certainly the hope, because then we can have this unlimited audience and all sorts of participation, both from the people there live and from the people online. That'll be super cool when we can hammer that out. over to blue person. The Countess. Where does she go? She draws a card. She goes to Arakeen, which is where I am. So no, she doesn't. She goes to Conspire. There's Web at the top there, which puts 2 dudes out for her. And she goes up 1 on that track. Ooh. Now I'm seeing, yeah, I'm not sure I like these little bars. I mean, I do, stylistically, but I just think logistically of how they operate on the board. Maybe I'll have to go to the crystals. I don't know. Sound off if you have any thoughts or ideas. Whether I should use little crystals so that we can, there's smaller little sort of dots instead of the cubes that moving up, or whether you like the bars there. I don't know. Cool. Green dude, the Count, goes to Hardy Warriors, which gets him 2 dudes. Because it's a combat space, they go to the fight, and 2 more can go out to the fight, and he goes up 1 there as well. Back to moi. All right, I feel like, oh, he's got 4 in the fight. I have no more people. I have 2 water. I could go here and just get a bunch of cards. What do you think? What do you think? Go here and get 1 dude, but he can't get out into the fight because this is my only other move this turn. You know what? I'm not gonna overthink it. I'm gonna do the reconnaissance. Go there. Cost me my 2 waters. 2 waters. 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. So at the very least, I'm gonna purchase a whole bunch. Okay. Oh, I do have 3 things that help me in the fight. I don't have the Fremen Bond, which is a card. So I don't know. It's not looking good for me in the fight. Let's finish off everybody else. The Blue Countess. She goes to the place with the most spice. They're all equal in the stack, so she goes here because it gives her 3 + 1. So she has 4 spice. And again, when she gets up to 7 spice, that gets traded in for a point. 3 waters get traded in for a point. Green Count. He goes to secrets. Shh. Just goes up 1 there. That's it. On to my reveal turn. So I have that 1, 2, 3 fight. From that, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not looking great for me. And then in terms of purchasing, holy cow, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 purchasing. Because I don't have the Fremen Bond. Don't get a spice, but I have 8 purchasing power. Most expensive, start there, right? Which is Worm Riders, part of the Fremen. I'm at 2 influence on there, which I'm at 1 influence. You know what? They're good. They give me more spice. I want resources in the game, so that's a 6er. Then a 2Z. That's all I have left because I had 8 purchasing, so an Arrakis Liaison. Yeah, I don't know, it's kind of doesn't really do much. It's again, and trashing cards in this game is one thing that's difficult to do. There's not very many ways, except for going there, and an occasional, like, plot card or character card. So I'm not sure that was smart, but I'm doing it. So, what'd you say? Which character is yours? I came in a little late. Oh, no worries. I am playing here the yellow, the Duke Leto Atreides. So these two, the blue and the green, are the artificial player. Yellow Duke Leto Atreides is mine. So when I send one of my agents to one of the green spaces, it costs me 1 less money. Now we're on to the combat. So 2, 4, 6, 8 for them. And I already did my, yeah, so I've lost this one as well. So it doesn't even matter. I mean, oh, if I'd had one more, would have been well, it would have tied us and dropped us both into the second place. Or the second and third, oh yeah. But anyway, so at least, I mean, I guess they go up one. They get, oh, because the AI doesn't get control of these spaces, so that's okay. But I get an intrigue. Oh, wait. Oh, when I wanted to win the conflict, so I would have gotten 3 spice. But I did not win the conflict, because I'm the second best loser. The cards are upside down. Demand respect when you win a conflict. So both of these are conditional on winning conflicts. Well, first player over to the blue countess. We get all our dudes back. Green. Oops, blue. Yellow for me. My 5 cards. 1, 2, 3. Which only 3. Let me shuffle. So, John, what was your opinion? Because you watched this last week too, I think. What was, if any, do you have any opinion on witnessing this game? Are you familiar with this game at all? Have you played it, or you just witnessed it here? I'm curious to know what you think of it. Well, the 2 daggers for fighting. So we shall see. I go third. Ooh, new conflict. Ooh, a point and a water for winning this one. So the countess, ooh, she goes and, oh wait, I didn't pre-spice again. It only goes to these 2 spaces because they did not have anybody at it. Love these acrylic bits. So now she goes to space that gives her another 4, which puts her at 8 spice. So 7 of those get traded in. If I can pick them up, which leaves her 1 spice. She had 8. 7 of them get traded in for a victory point. The blue count. Oh man, again, he goes to rally troops and gets. Oh, I just threw the 4 troops away. I guess I could have just transferred them back into the garrison because he went up to the rally troops. Maybe I should be getting some money so I can go up and I do need money. So signet ring. But I could sell my 1. Oh no, I have to have 2 spice to sell. My signet ring can send me. So for 1 money, I could go here. Oh, but I said I need to get money. I need to earn money. And just get 3 from there. What to do? What to do? That's the only, because I don't have enough spice yet. Maybe I should go get spice. And then I only have 1 triangle, so I can't do both of those this turn. Still gonna use the signet ring first. Spice, because I could get 3 spice by going there. I don't think I'm gonna worry about this fight this time. I think I need money. Just straight up. Get me the monies. So 3 monies. So I do need to be buying, or saving up to purchase my Swordmaster. So back to Blue Countess. Oh, good lord, she is racking up all the spice this game. So she gets 3, 1, 2, 3. I saw your comment, John. I'll read it in a sec. Oh, he goes to, green goes to steel suits again. Gets a gets a water. Oh no, he doesn't get a water. He just gets what the card says. He just goes up 1 influence there. So we're all in the first, and I feel I'm not getting much influence. I'm not getting much money. I'm getting like no spice. I'm not doing well in the fights. I feel like I'm kind of lame in this game. So John, you say never heard of the game before until watching us. Cool. It looks like a lot of fun, just complicated. The older I get, the slower I get. Blech. Oh yeah, I remember you said something last week about that. Love Dune though, so I love the story aspect of the game. Yeah, again, I think as I said last week too, this is one of those games, especially if you're playing with the gamer, just much like I did with Ash last week, I can talk you through it, and it's not nearly as complex as it looks. So that's one nice thing about it. Though if you were to try to tackle it on your own, especially if you're not a particularly experienced gamer, yeah, it's a lot of like the deck building and worker placement are all concepts that we as gamers sort of take for part and parcel because we're so used to them, have played them in so many other iterations and so many other games. And it's those two things combined here. And then I suppose the iconography, it's not, compared to many games, it's not a whole lot of iconography, but it feels like a bunch of pictures at first. So I think I'm going to do diplomacy. Who should I influence? If I get the Bene Gesserit, I can't, I've spent all my water, so I can't go there. So I think I'm just going to go to the Bene Gesserit, to the secrets, move up one, so I finally get a victory point. And I get an intrigue card. Maybe this one will be more helpful. And oh, I've noticed the corner of the market. If you have at least 2 the spice must flow cards, you gain a victory point. If you have more spice must flow than each opponent, that's one of these cards up here, which you can buy for 9. So I have to really ramp up my money stuff. That's super conditional, so we shall see. That's it. I think we've all taken our turns. Those are reset. Nobody's in the fight. Huh. That's interesting. Oh no, blue went here to both of these places. I messed that up last turn on their spice. They should have put people in. So blue is the only one in there, but they would have been all in. So it would have sent 2 from there and 2 from there. So blue gets the victory point and a water. Remember, when they get 3 water, they'll get another victory point. This card gets flipped over just to burn through the deck. Oh my gosh, 1, 2, 3, 4. It would have added 6 to their fight on top of it had they had anyone to contest it with. So that's it. We've got a pre-spice. The only space, whoops, didn't have a dude on it, was that one. These all go back. Green, green. Yellow for me. Flip over. Oops. Flip over a new conflict card. And, oh, these were just fights, so I had a purchase of 2, but there's nothing out there I want to purchase. So this is one of those things, too, that the purchasing row is going to get stuck, especially in like a 1 or 2 player game, especially in a 1-player game. None of those cards are refreshing. If I had a dice right here with me, I could randomly choose a couple of them to go out. Oh, actually, well, John, pick 2 numbers between 1 and 5 for me, if you would. Since the last kinds of tabletop games I played were Catan and Carcassonne, both excellent games. I really like Carcassonne. They're the most complicated thing you've played. Oh, fair enough. Yep, so these sorts of games are definitely a couple steps up from that. Though Catan is not super simple. 1 and 4, thank you. So discard 1, 2, 3, 4. Those 2 get discarded as if one of the fake players had drawn them, just to keep that thing cycling through. And what was I saying? Oh, but Carcassonne, it's a very simple, straightforward game of tile laying, and I love it. It's a great introductory game for people, and it's really good. Even got my parents playing that. They were in their 70s when we first played it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's my starting hand. Green goes first. Green count goes to Arakin. Bloop. And he gets a warrior, and 2 from his reserve go out. And their signet ring triggers, so they get a money. When they get 7 money, they'll get a point. It is my turn. Oh, this conflict isn't worth points. It's worth spice though. I don't know. What can I do with my hand? If I have 2 influence, oh, I do not have 2 influence over there with the Fremen yet. So how can I do that? I cannot with any of the cards I currently have in my hand. Poop. So maybe I'll go use my Imperial Spy. I think I'm going to do that. Do that so I can influence. I don't have the 4 spice, so I can only go there to wealth. Move up the 1. I get 2 money, which is good. I need money. I'm now at 4, 5, 6. And then trash this card, and I gain an intrigue card, which this one is a private army. Pay 2 spice and get 5 in the fight. Wow. Okay. Off to blue, the Countess. She goes to the Hall of Oratory and gains 1 fighter into her reserves. Green goes to selective breeding. Goes up 1 on influence with the Bene Gesserit, which puts them at the first point there. Green moves up to 3. My turn. I wanted Worm Riders, but I do not have... Oh, well, no, that's only during the fight. They'd give me a whole bunch of fight. But this does give me 2 spice. Ooh, I'm going to bank up on spice right now. So the yellow triangle, let's... Oh, but I don't have 2 water. Son of biscuit. I think I say that at least once every game. If I'd had 2 water, I'd go there. I'd have gotten 3 spice, 4 spice, 5, 6 spice. Oh, sad day. Okay. Maybe I get some warriors. All right. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to go to Carthag. Get 1 warrior. Do I put it in the fight? Probably not going to win the fight, but that would still be worth 2. Oh, wait. I do have a card. But they've still got 3 dudes out. What am I thinking? What am I thinking? Do I put the dude in the fight or not? Dude in the fight, because this is my only other move. These don't help me. I have... Because they're going to be starting at 6. I'd only be at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they'll have 6. Chances are they get at least something off of the card. Would be a gamble. Oh, but my private army doesn't matter because I still have to pay 2 spice for that, which I don't have the spice for. Never mind. I'm not getting in this fight. So, I am going to use the Worm Riders, though. Yeah, I did. To go to Carthag, to put the 1 dude out, keep him in the reserves, draw another intrigue. This one is Dispatch an Envoy. This allows me to use any card from my hand to dispatch to any of the influence tracks. So that'll be good next turn. Last person to go, Blue Countess. Oh my goodness, she is drawing all of the Harvest Spice cards. So she gets the 4 spice there, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm just going to remove these 3. This one. She gets another point for having had 7 spice. She's a spice hog. What would you say here? I mean, fair. The water should be the hardest resource to get. Right, exactly. That's one of the nice thematic tidbits they put in this game. Water is pretty difficult to get. And valuable, of course. So I am not in the fight, so I'm not adding anything to that. I have a purchase of 2, 3, 4. Purchasing power of 4. Ooh. Yes, dude, the Fremen camp. Again, I have to pay 2 spice, but I get 3 warriors. So it's starting to look like with what I've got built here, I really need to be collecting some spice. So I'm going to purchase them. The fight, the combat, the conflict goes to green, to the Count Ilbin Richezi. He would draw this card. I wouldn't have won even if I'd been able to do my other move because he would have added 4. They just get an intrigue card, which for them, much like this other stuff, once they collect 3 of them, they turn them in for a point. What is it? He also gets 3 spice. 1, 2, 3 spice. Nobody else wins on that. Oh man, I've almost got enough money to buy my 3rd person. They get their 3rd person after this card. Still no points on that. Conflict. The winner of the conflict gets the men tap for a round, gets an intrigue card, and 2 money. So, we've got to pre-spice these 2 spaces. That had no dudes on them. 1 spice, 2 spice. So pretty with the acrylic stuff. First player travels to me. Draw my cards, 1, 2, 3. Shuffle so I can get 5. Okay, recall the dudes. My yellow peeps, green peeps, blue peeps. All right, not hugely concerned with this conflict. I'm really wanting spice. So I need a water so that it could go there to the Haga Basin. I need water. See what my cards do for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Signet ring. Pay a spice to gain an influence somewhere. Don't know how helpful that is at the moment. Oh, here we go. The spice hunters can go and influence. Oh, totally. Okay, here we go. Spin the spice hunter. Go to still suits. So I can go there, which gives me a water. I'm going there. Moves me up 1 space on influence with the Fremen, which I need for a card I have somewhere in my deck. That also gives me a point. I'm still trailing behind. That's okay. So that felt really good. All right. Blue Countess. She goes to Carthag. She gets a warrior. It goes right out to the fight. The other blue one comes out into the fight. Green Count. He goes to fold space. He moves up 1 on the Spacing Guild. Back to me. So you can see how this is, especially once you're familiar with it, it goes nice and quickly, even playing solo, so you don't feel like you're spending all this time managing the artificial intelligence players. You get right back to your own turn. So this card is good only for purchasing. So what did I say? I want spice. So I need to spend a yellow triangle. Signet ring it is. So I can go there. I get 2 spice from this. Pick up this one for a total of 3 spice. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that cost me that 1 water. That's right. I still need money so I can buy my 3rd dude. But that's not happening this turn. Because we go back to Blue Countess. She goes to Arakeen where she already is. So we draw another card. She goes to Wealth, influencing the Emperor, which just moves her up. But she blew one there, which gives her points. She's now at 4 points. Last card here, Selective Breeding for the Green Count. He goes up 1 on his influence there. Oh, he's pulling ahead of me. This deck gets shuffled for their automated turns. I've got no one else to place, so we're now into the reveal portion. Once I get this sort of shuffled up a bit, I reveal I'm not in the fight, and I have no fight to add to it, so I just have a purchasing of 2, 3, 4. Who can I influence for 4. This Gunthopter sends me to blue or yellow. Each opponent loses 1 garrisoned troop, or it gives me 3 fight. I think I shall purchase that. John, would you pick 2 numbers between 1 and 5 again, please? I am putting spice out on these 2 spaces, pulling dudes back, my dudes, green dudes, blue dudes. Now, sadly for me in this game, 2 and 5, thank you. 2 and 5, go away. Oh, another Gunthopter comes out. Spice went out, dudes got recalled. Sadly, we're now on to, oh, we didn't resolve the conflict. Blue was the only one in the fight. So her dudes go away. She gets 2 money. Oh, wow. Placed them both on their sides. Go down. She gets 2 money, an intrigue card, and the Mentat. So she's actually going to have, why did I give her the, mix up the colors there. At the end of this, they get their other dude. So she's actually going to go 4 times this turn. The green player is going to go 3 times. And I'm only going to go 2. This is not going well for me. At all. Okay. So, let's reveal this, shall we? Oh, this fight is worth 2 points and control of the Imperial Basin. 3, 4, 5. So I definitely want to be looking towards getting in that fight. 2 cards that'll add to my fight if I need. Oh, I'm not the first player. Blue is blue. Goes to conspire. Oh man, getting into the, well, loading up troops. She goes up, she's blue. Oh, she's almost got that influence. She gets 2 troops, but they only go to her garrison. Green. Oh man, they get troops also. I think this is going quite poorly for me. Go to Highliner, which is where? Why am I not seeing this? Oh, because it's over here. Highliner. They get 3 troops into their 3 troops into the fight. It's a combat space, so those 2 come out. Man, and they get 1 influence there, which gives them a point. I just want to go bury my head in the sand of Dune, and snort spice, and hope it's sugary. So I get sugar and spice. Okay, I do have this envoy, dispatch envoy, which can allow me to go to any one of those influence spaces with any of these cards. Though, oh, you know what? 2, 4, oh, I only have 6. I need 1 money, and I can get my other dude. So if I go, feels a little lame, but no, that doesn't do me anything. So I'm going to have to use my triangle, my Dune, the desert planet, to go there to get 3 money. I'm just going to trade it out for 5. So I can now, on my next turn, afford to purchase my Swordmaster, so I get 3 moves. Aren't you supposed to cheat in solo games? Give in to the dark side? I never have, at least in this game. At least not intentionally. I've made mistakes, which cheated, like, in my favor. Oh no, there goes the camera. Hold on. I think it's getting overheated. So it's not Lulu. It just, oh no, it happened on Weird Al last week too. I think it's maybe a heat thing. Let me see if I can fix this one way. Unplug it. Plug it back in. Nope, didn't magically solve it this time. Hold on. Oh, there it is. Came back. I'm back. Okay. Oh, what's it doing? Oh, that was my turn. Okay. Off to blue. She goes to Carthage. Oh my god, more fighters. She gets one fighter, which makes all three of them go into the fight. I think this game is a lost cause for me. Because getting 2 points and when it's such a low scoring game when we're normally just going to 10, but I pulled a couple of these cards out, so maybe 8 would be sort of the final point. 2 points, it's like, that's 20% perhaps if we're only going to 8 points. That's 2 out of 8, 25% of your score. Anyway, green goes to fold space. They go up 1 on that track. They very nearly have that influence. Me, need my third dude. So I can go here, which normally costs 8, but because of my special ability, it only costs me 7. Oh, I've not been, it doesn't matter. I'm going to use the dagger. So my green spaces are 1 less, cost me 7, 5, 6, 7. 7 things. I get my third and final agent. I just call them dudes. Technically, I think in here is the sword master, but whatever. My fault for mentioning cheating. The overhead camera is secretly. Oh, that's it. The camera is a lawful good paladin. You mentioned cheating, it says no, cancel you. And maybe it's gone out when Lulu or something has cheated. Maybe it's a lie detector. That would be cool. All right, back to blue. She still gets 2 more turns. She goes to this is Arcane. She's already there. It says secrets. We're gonna do the black, which is that, which just moves her up 1 track there, which is fine because she has no. That's her first influence there. Green. Green finally gets some spice. They go to wherever the largest stack of spice is, which is that 2 plus the 1 from the space. So they are at 6 spice. 1 more spice. They get a point, a victory point. Back to me now that I have my third dude. I need to influence something over there, I think. I need to move up 1 of those tracks. I think I'm going to dispatch an envoy, spend the dagger in order to do so. My envoy will go to the still suits because I have no water, so I get a water. Move up 1 more here, so I just need to influence them once more, and I at least get that victory point. And then final agent, selective breeding over here, which sends blue up 1. Oh, so now she's gone up there twice. So she's at 5 points. Not great for me. On to reveal. I have a purchasing of 4. Who's a 4? I could get another gun thopter. Oh, even though it's going to be a waste of a thing, I want this because it gives you card draw. And I've been horribly inefficient at getting additional card draw. And pick 2 more numbers for me between 1 and 5 while I settle the combat. Well, combat, just these 2 cards get drawn. Settles blue first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Green gets only 2 more. Plus 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, which puts them at 12. So green wins the conflict 3 and 4. Thank you. Do those. Green wins the conflict, goes up 2 spaces. So I think we are going to play to, because I took 2 of those cards out, so we're going to play to 8 points. Or when those cards run out. Yellow, not yellow, I'm yellow. See, I have more yellow. Blue Got 5 spice. Jeez. Oh man, I've mixed up my tokens a little bit. It's 5 spice, so they're at 6. One more and they get a victory point. Oops. Move that out. So this is one thing that sometimes you get these cards that are so conditional, and I have failed to win a single fight, really even be relevant in any of the fights. So they've done nothing for me. Which is unfortunate. I was watching some other YouTube content creators, this husband-wife couple, watch their playthrough. I didn't watch the playthrough, I watched their review of this game. And that was one of her complaints too. I think just that some of the times she'd played, she'd been getting some of these exact cards that said, only when you win a conflict, and she was maybe in a similar condition, hadn't really been able to get to the point of winning conflict, so she kept getting these conflict cards, or intrigue cards, and they were useless. Would be kind of nice if you could turn in, sort of like Risk, turn in these cards once you have a certain number, turn them in and do something with them. Maybe not a victory point, that's unlike this mechanism. I think on the player's side that would be maybe unbalanced. But turn them in for something, maybe for like resources somehow. That would be kind of cool if you end up getting all these intrigue cards that you just can't or don't want to use. Maybe I'll come up with a little house rule for that. Anyway, moving on. Oh, I've got a pre-spice. These 2 spaces. Oh. One there, one there. Pull the dudes back. Everybody's got 3 now. 1, 2, 3 blue. The Mentat goes back to their space. 1, 2. Where's my other dude? There it is. 3. I pre-spiced. Reset these. John, you helped me flush cards through. We moved this to green there first. 1, 2, 3. Shuffle my deck yet again. I feel like this is likely last turn, even though we still have... Oh no, there's only 2 conflict cards left. Oh, it's also worth 2 points. Yep, I think this is going to be the last round. And I don't think the game even provides me a way of catching up at this point. But we shall see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. There's my hand. I think I've done a very poor job. I have spice now, so I can pay for these things. Maybe there's hope, a little bit. I don't know. And I typed too slow since you said the same thing. Oh, you mean with house rules you could. Oh, yeah. Same wavelength. Thank you. Who's going first? Green. Green is up first. Go to fold space. I feel like they've been going there a lot this game. Oh, yeah, they have been, because guess what? They get that point. Oh, green is at 8. And since I arbitrarily decided, pseudo-arbitrarily decided 8 was the winning threshold, since I took 2 of the 10 conflict cards out, this will be the last round then. I don't think I can get to 8. Let's see how high I can actually get my score. What do we just do? Oh, full space, they move. Got it. All right, so it's my go. Fremenkamp gets me to a triangle space. What are the free triangle spaces? I only have 1 water, so I guess I could go here. It gets me those 2 spice plus this one, so 3 spice I have earned. And when I play this card, I can pay 2 spice to get 3 dudes, which I shall do. Oh my goodness. My fingers aren't working. What am I getting? I'm getting 3 dudes from this because I paid 2 spice. Because this is a combat space, I can choose to put the ones I gain out into the fight and my 1 from there into the fight. All in. Done. Blue. Where's she going? Imagine that. She's harvesting spice. Looks like the best outcome is a tie with blue and green. Yeah, it's possible. Because even if I win these 2 victory points, it puts me up to 4. I can maybe get this one 5. So I get that influence. Yeah, so I think the most I get up to is 5. So I think I've got a solid 3rd place. I don't know. Maybe tied for a second. Anyway, she's going to harvest spice, which puts her there, which gives her 3, 4, 5. So 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, that's 5 total. So she has 6. Oh, 6, 10, 11. 6. So all the spice she just got bumps her up a point. I don't think I am now even capable of tying with blue. Or green. Blue. She's blue. Green goes to Carthag. Gets an army dude, which goes out into the fight. My second person. So I need to diplomacy. I need to influence. I have 1 water. Ooh, okay. Go ahead and spend my water since I got it to get some hardy warriors. That moves my influence up 1 there. So I get that point. Bumps me up to 3. 2 warriors. Because it's a combat space, I can put them out into the fight. That's it for that. Back to blue. The Countess. She goes to the Hall of Oratory, of course. A dude. Hall of Oratory. At least it doesn't get put in the fight. Just gets put in reserve. Green. Just whatever. I'm getting them all mixed up. Goes to Carthag, which green just went to, or is already at. So it goes to Still Suits, which just moves him up 1 there. What color is he? Green. Oh, up 1 more point. 9. Sad day. Back to me for my 3rd and final move, which kind of want to hold on. Looks like I've got the fight. These don't really do anything else for me. There's no other way to get a victory point. So that gets me nothing. Daggery goes to a green space. Oh, I can do that. That only costs me 1 money. Lets me draw a card. See if that's at all helpful. Nope. Not at all. But I get the Mentat, so I can get another turn. Not that it's helpful, but it feels at least somewhat satisfying. Blue gets their final turn. They go to Arakin, which, imagine that. You get a fighter. Because it's a combat space. Gets put into the fight. Still should have this fight. Triggers their ring, which just gives them water. Oh, man. And which would give them 3 waters, which gives them another victory point. I am getting hosed. Seriously hosed. Green is done, but because I got the Mentat, I can go 1 more place. So how about a blue space? Free blue space. Oh, I don't have 2 water. So I'll go to the free blue space, which gives me a fighter, which I can put in the fight, because why not? It gives me a water, but doesn't matter, because it's the end of the round. Purchasing something this time doesn't matter. So straight to the conflict. I do have 2 influence on with the Fremen. Plus, I have the alliance token with the Fremen. So I get 4, 5, 6 additional combat. Plus 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Ooh, right to the top of the chart. 20 fight, which that feels like something. Green goes to 2 with their dude. Nothing because of this card. So blue is probably going to be second space. Oops, why did I do that? Huh. You only get 2. Oh, plus that 2 is 4. Oh no, it was just the dude. 2. Blue is at 2 also. This card gives them 3, 4, 5. Gives them 3 more, so puts them a total of 5. So at least I slaughtered them in this last fight, but I lose the game. So I get 2 victory points. Their other stuff doesn't really matter. Oh, 3 spice for second place, which is blue. But that 3, 4, 5, so they'd have 8 spice, 7 of which would get turned back in for another point. So they go up to 8, just leaving me further and further in the dust. But you know what? That's okay. Sometimes you lose a game to yourself against 2 artificial opponents. I do still love this game. I love my new upgraded acrylic bits, which I was, as I said last week, I was hoping they would arrive for the stream last week, but they arrived today. So used them today. So still got to use them on camera. So that's full-on solo for Dune Imperium. Love this game. If I were a content creator that did lists of my top 10 favorite games of the year, of the decade, of the millennium, whatever. This game came out last year, and I appreciate Dune. I like Dune. I've read some of the books, seen the movies so far. I'm excited for the new movie, because I love my science fiction. But I think this game, just the combination of worker placement and deck building, is really smoothly done, slickly done here in this game. I think, as we saw tonight and with the 2-player game last week, the artificial opponent is snappy, quick, simple. You don't have to make decisions for them. It's all to do what it's literally shown on the card, and it clogs up spaces as if other players had made choices. I just think this game is really great, and just today, I think I noticed it today, and I think it was just announced today, the first expansion for this game is scheduled for later this year because of shipping, right now in the world. Who knows? But it's for later this year, so I have no doubt I will be purchasing that and adding it into this, because it adds some new houses, new leaders and stuff. I don't think I saw that it changes the player count, which on a game like this that is so tightly structured for 3 to 4 players, that maybe is sort of hard to do without a lot of conversion, adaptation, new stuff. I don't know. That would be kind of cool. Said, oh, well, it was fun to watch. Good game. Thank you. Good game. Good at getting slaughtered. So thank you for joining in and helping be my virtual dice roller, John. Hopefully we'll see you next week. I'll have one of the drag folk back. We'll play something. Let me put on my old man glasses. It says the game came out last year. Yeah, I think it was like mid to late last. I want to say, because this game was on a lot of the reviewers and content creators, was one of the top games of the year, but in their top 5 of the year for many of the reviewers that I watch, and some of who sort of like me didn't actually get to the game, either get to play it or whatever until this year. It's slid onto their best of this year, even though it was released last year. So yeah, this game is still fresh to the world. Not quite a year old, I don't think. Well, we're in the middle of the summer, so, but it is roughly a year old, and I love it. It's certainly not just because it's new and fresh to me, but it's certainly sitting pretty in one of my favorite games out of my whole collection anyway. Says the game came out last year. I'm surprised they couldn't get art based on the new movie and actors. Another game. So I don't need to talk about it. The whole deal with getting actually licensing to that level. I think the movie was complete enough that maybe they could have, but this game was in development before that. Chances are, because another Dune game I think came out last year also. And I'm not familiar with it, I've not played it, and I want to say maybe it was more of the movie tie-in one, and chances are something is yet to come out that will do that. But I actually really do like most of the artwork on this. It does tie in with the movies because all of the artwork is. I don't know who these actors are on these particular characters, but I think we said this last week too. Timothy Chalamet is playing Paul Atreides, so this the artist made this rendering look very much like him. This is what's his name? The wrestler dude, Guardians of the Galaxy, played Drax. Drawing a blank on his name right now, but so it's drawn to look like him. I don't know her as the actress. I feel like I should know who that is, but I don't remember. The card in here, that's Duncan, Idaho. Jason Momoa is playing that character. So this it is tied in that way that they've made these renderings, painted, drawn. These do kind of look like paintings, like the actors' portrayals of them. So it is tied with it, just not with screenshots, because I would imagine that's a whole other licensing deal. Plus, getting the stuff ahead of time. I wouldn't want to. Dave Bautista. Thank you. So anyway, it is more or less kind of tied into the movies because of that, just not done with screenshots. Me personally, when games do use screenshots from the movies or the TV shows, I'm not sure I've seen that done really well in many of the games that I've been exposed to that are based off of one of those properties. For some reason, I don't usually like that. Sometimes it works okay, and this is all my opinion. Sometimes I think it works fine. Some people really like it. I personally like it when you get original artwork done for it, and maybe this is sort of nice splitting the difference. The artwork of the characters looks like the actors and actresses in the upcoming movie, but it's all still original artwork, which is also pricey as a designer publisher. Artwork is oftentimes one of your biggest upfront outlays, is paying for all, especially when you have hundreds of cards and all this sort of stuff. Artwork is one of your biggest cash outlays in game design. But enough of that. This is meant to be entertainment, not game publishing discussion. So it was good seeing you. Keep drawing cards, rolling dice, and moving meeples, and I will see you next time. I'm Layman Kingsford. Ciao, and have a good week. See you, John. Oh, I just saw your comment right before I logged off. Said it works okay with card games. I used to love the Star Trek card. Oh yeah, the Star Trek card game. That is a good one. I have another Star Trek one that uses screenshots that I think works pretty well. But it looked amazing with screenshots. Anyway, so good night for reals this time. Ciao.